Social media has completely and utterly changed the world. It's changed the way that we function. It's changed the way that we go out. It's changed even the places we go. Social media now runs the world. We live in an attention society, and people will do anything for attention because attention is a currency, and you can turn attention into money. Jake Paul is not rich because he's a boxer. He's rich because he used the attention he gets and monetized it via boxing. So in the attention economy we now live in, you have to understand that your attention is valuable, especially as a man. And women are out here today trying to extract your attention from you without returning anything. That's what the male-female friendship is. In the old days, man would give attention in return for sex. But nowadays, men just give attention and don't get any sex back. And that's what you have to be very, very careful of. Your attention is extremely valuable. So for all the men out there, if you're following a woman and you have zero chance of fucking her and she ain't replying to your DMs, stop following her.
I was trying to find myself through her character. I was making different hairstyles and sagging my pants, and I was off. I was off, man. I was a clown. I was a clown. And I was like, this is not where you're supposed to be in life, man. And it's ugly when you look in that dirty mirror and you're trying to do a new hairstyle to go to school. You know, I had a hairstyle one time where I shaved the top of my head. You know how old men had the hair like leaving their head? Yeah. Yeah. So I went to school with hair on the side of my head and in my back, and I shaved the whole top of my head. I went to school like that, you know. And then I had like,
what did the kids say?
I don't remember what they said, but I was just a funny dude. You know, so that was my thing.
Right now, we're in a very convenient state, and everybody's throwing around judgment and blame like it's free. And we need to, I feel a huge sense of responsibility to articulate accountability, lack of entitlement, and positivity because I believe in it.
Yeah.
And I understand, by the way, it's funny. There's a very interesting thing going on here right now, which is there's an extraordinary amount of people that are content or happy. They just don't communicate. Right? Like negativity by nature is louder, has always been. Your grandmother who's miserable was louder than your grandfather who's content. The problem is now words are being documented at scale. This has always been the way. There's nothing different right now.
You do something new, and that's informative, right? There's information in the action, and then you can incorporate that information and turn it into a skill and turn it into a transformation of your perceptions. So there's more to you because you've tried something new. So that's one thing. But the second thing is, and there's good biological evidence for this now, that if you put yourself in a new situation, then new genes code for new proteins and build new neural structures and new nervous system structures. Same thing happens to some degree when you work out, right? Because your muscles are responding to the load, but your nervous system does that too. So you imagine that there's a lot of potential you locked in your genetic code. And then if you put yourself in a new situation, then the stress, that's the situational stress that's produced by that particular situation, unlocks those genes and then builds new parts of you. And so that's very cool because who knows how much there is locked inside of you.
Think if you were famous before, people just wanted to get an autograph or shake your hand.
We're past the autograph stage.
When was the last time you get an autograph?
It's been a while. It's been a while. I don't think I would know how to write it. I don't think I would know what to put down. It's been a minute, man.
Yeah.
And I want to make this very clear. You know,
you're not complaining.
I don't knock it. Yeah. You know, I understand. Like, once again, I want people to, more importantly, understand the fact that I welcome it.
Yeah.
I welcome the moment that I can talk and converse with the fan. But it should be that. Like, it's
normal. Like two people.
The moments are better when they're real, you know? And after a real moment, you get a picture because you're like, yo, he was actually a nice guy. Or I had no idea that you would be this calm and cool. You don't even get to see how genuine of a person I am because the first thing you do, you stick the camera in the face.
Boxing's for when you have nothing.
Yeah.
When you do boxing, when you just had nothing, because that's a lot of dedication. That's a lot of pain. That's a lot of aggravation. A lot of, you know, it really is discovering who you are.
You know, I actually had my mother lecture me. My mother was lecturing me about some of the women I have children with, and said, she was like, oh, well, Tristan, you know, you could have just had one woman and settled down, had a family and blah, 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 blah. And I was like, Mom, they could have left at any time. They knew I had all these various webcam models. They knew I was surrounded by women. They knew I was with a different woman every single day. And they stayed and got pregnant and gave birth to a child. And they're very happy women, but they could have left. The door's open. So I don't feel like I tricked anyone because, as I said, I'm a very genuine person.
Yeah.
I don't lie. I don't steal. I don't cheat. I don't cheat people as in like take their money, etc. I mean, if you think sleeping with other women is cheating, then yeah, fuck, I cheat. But yeah, if you leave the door open, there's no reason to feel guilty. It's only when you trick people into staying in a situation under false pretenses.
Yeah.
That's when you have to feel bad. But I don't play that.
Yeah. That's